Good morning, I'm Ben Newman. This is, for example, trading. It is Tuesday, the 7th of January, and I'm just going to go through what we're going to cover today. Same process, really. I'm going to look at news that I think is relevant today to today's markets. We know from yesterday I focused on the US airstrike on Iran and the tensions between the two there. And that undoubtedly will have an effect on the markets. First of all, if you're not subscribed, do subscribe to us. You can do that over there. Okay, there's a button in the corner of the screen. You can subscribe. You can also follow us on Twitter, on Facebook, and of course on the YouTube channel. You can see here. Do subscribe to us. Turn on the notifications. One reason for that is you'll get live updates on videos that we're doing if there's anything relevant going on. We will have a signals group going on as well, and that's in the Telegram arena, and you can see all the buttons up there, the trading arena, Facebook and so on, so you can subscribe to all the social media outlets and keep up to date with everything. Do stay tuned on this one, watch it till the end, because I'm going to give you some information about a video from one of our resident traders. He specialises in gold, amongst other things, but he trades in a much more institutional way. So I'm a retail trader, and this is going to give you another method of trading, the sort of thing you can experience in the trading arena. This is going to provide, a different element to your trades. And really, this is about you finding your own methods of trading. So use what we've got, take the bits that really speak to you from both myself and from Michael, who will be doing a video this afternoon. So if you turn the notifications on, that's going to come through this afternoon. You'll get an update on that, and that is going to be how he traded that movement on gold, further to the news that the US had struck Iran on Friday. So that came through Friday night. Markets closed over the weekend, and this is going to demonstrate how he traded gold on market opening on Sunday evening. Really interesting stuff. So stay tuned for that as well. Watch till the end, and I'm going to tell you how to get involved in that. But that'll be coming through this afternoon, so do turn your notifications on so you know when that comes through. Okay, so today, first of all, I'm going to start with the economic calendar. What have we got happening today? Looks like there's nothing major really. This ISM non-manufacturing PMI this afternoon at 3, and that tends to be when I start looking at metals. Now this morning is slightly different, so I'm going to show you the trade I've got open now. And if at the moment the signals or the chat arena, the trading arena, the signals arena is pretty empty, but the more people join, the more we're going to be able to collaborate together, work together, and build success. And this is just an example, not both mine, but you would have received Michael's, and you'll see that video this afternoon, but you would have received information about that gold trade, which would have been a very lucrative trade. But also I've got this silver trade open this morning already, and I'm going to show you why I've placed this trade. Now, if you were in the signals arena, the signals group, you would have received notification of this trade as I placed it first thing this morning. And the reason why I placed it is hit this pivot point here. You can see it. There's my entry point, just below the pivot point. Can everyone see that? Hopefully so. And I'm going to show you why I placed that. Well, you can see it pretty much on here actually, but it's because of this. There's a head and shoulders formed here. So I believe it will go down to at least there. All right, it might even carry on going further, but bearing in mind that the momentum is with the precious metals, so silver and gold primarily are pushing up. However, the US dollar is looking like it's increasing in strength today, so we're going to have a look at the dollar index and just see how that looks. You can see my currency strength indicator here is indicating a sell. It doesn't mean too much, that really. Don't pay too much attention to it if you've got this. All it's showing is immediate momentum with the trends. So that's the trade I've got placed at the moment. So you can see my entry point there. And the reason I've placed it is quite simply because we've got head and shoulders here, which shows a push back down. Now, in normal circumstances, this would carry on going all the way down. And I'm going to show you where I'd expect it to go. So I'm just going to keep an eye on it, monitor it. But at the moment it's very firmly in the money. So again, you would have received notification of that trade if you were in our group. So don't wait, you know, do join us, and then you're going to start getting this information through. Okay, I'm going to go on to the news. So economic calendar, not too much to pay attention to there, I don't think. Let's have a look at what investing.com was saying yesterday. Now these things come through, so just bear in mind that this information or this report, this article would have come through when New York opened, okay, so in the afternoon. So I can't give you this information in the morning, all right, because we're in a different time zone. So when this comes through, what I like to do is have a look whether the things I was focusing on for yesterday are the things that are the top things to watch when they come through in the afternoon, if that makes sense. So this is what investing.com was saying we should have watched, and have a look at this. So Trump, Iran trade threats, big focus for me yesterday. Oil prices continue to climb. I'm going to touch on that today because that's relevant to the Canadian dollar, and then safe havens in demand, gold and silver. You know, we know even the Swiss franc there was sitting very strong yesterday. So those safe havens are in demand. US stocks, well, it is relevant, and then Eurozone business activity near stagnation. So just showing that we're really in the Eurozone, the business side of it is not doing too well. But the things that are important for us that are going to move the markets immediately are this, and this. All right, so they're the things that I was focused on yesterday, not oil actually, but the other two. Now, things that are of interest to me today, I think, first of all, this is still very relevant. So this US military, says general letter announcing Iraq withdrawal was a mistake. This is not what's happening. Again, it's just going to add to the tensions out there. All of the links to these articles will be in the description below, so you can have a look through them yourself, rather than me, you know, dragging out this video, which really you just want to see where we're getting to with the trades, how these articles affect them. But I'll put them all in the description so you can have a look for yourself. European stocks closed lower. Again, this is relevant. So safe haven buying, gold, silver, Swiss franc, and so on are going to be the things that are in demand for the traders. The people that are moving the markets, the traders that are up there that have got the ability, or they're moving the amount of money that actually moves the markets, all we can do is follow them. We can't predict where the market's going to go. It's not possible, which is why all we have to do is look at this, kind of give a prediction of where we think that's going to drive the markets, and then we follow them. All right, and that's what I try and do on a daily basis, and that's what I'm going to try and give to you. I'm going to try and give that information to you so that you can do the same thing. This was interesting to me. I'm going to put it in there, but it's not really relevant to the markets. But look at this. Donald Trump shows off assault rifle magazine featuring Hillary Clinton behind bars. I mean, there's not really a lot we can say on that. I just found it an interesting. I'll put that in there as well. Astonishing, really. What can you say? And then US stock shake-off, rising Middle East tension. Now this is the news that the oil prices are surging at the moment. And I read another article that's saying Saudi Arabia is gradually running out of money, and that's because the demand for oil is just not there anymore. People are moving towards you know, electric powered vehicles amongst other things. So that is a big shift in world economy. Make no mistake, you know. So that will have an effect on things as well. So at the moment, oil prices are rising, and that could be because the Saudis are pushing oil prices up to increase, you know, the I don't know, desirability or the need for it. I don't know. It doesn't make much sense to me why oil prices will be going up right now, but they are. And articles like this will just explain that in a bit more detail. But the point is, or the effect of that that's important to me, is on the US Canadian dollar, or the Canadian dollar, let's say, which will sit strong as a result of that. It's dropped down a bit. I'm just looking at my MT4 over there. It has dropped down a bit now. Let's have a look at this on a daily chart. Let's get rid of that trend line there. You can see that my charts are very clean. I don't litter them with, you know, lots of different indicators. I want the candles to tell me the story of what's happening with these charts. And this daily chart tells me that it's pushing towards levels not seen since, where are we here? So we're going back to 2018 here, and we're heading towards this point here really. So if we start going in on this to a 4 hour very quickly, so it's trying to break through here. You can see these tails here show pressure to the downside, and it's really trying to push through here. A weakened US dollar is allowing the Canadian dollar, pushed by increasing oil prices, down here. So I'm going to be keeping an eye on that. The level that I want to see it break through, I mean, it looks like it's going to go anyway, but it's that candle there, this one right here. So I can put a horizontal line in here, just there. So I think it will push to that, but then it might bounce back up. So we need to be careful of any correction there once it hits that. Often it looks like it's pushing through and then it bounces back up. Just got to be really careful with this. Just keeping an eye on my silver trade as well. It looks like it's pushing on nicely, which is what I'm going to move on to now. So USD Canadian, I'm going to keep an eye on due to this the surge in oil prices. The gold and silver trades, well, gold and silver pushing up, or at the moment are dropping. I'm going to keep an eye on because of that, but the US dollar is quite strong today, and I will have a look tomorrow. In fact, I'll post it later on my Twitter feed when this is released this afternoon. Top 5 things to watch on Tuesday, which will be today. Okay, well, it won't come out to this afternoon. So let's move on to the Dixie. This is on a 4 hour. You can see it's pushed way beyond the bottom of my fib retracement now, so I'm going to have to get rid of this because it's not really relevant because it's gone so far past it. Let's actually get rid of that. The key points here for me were 97, which it's pushed beyond now. But I think looking at this, let's have a look at it on a daily chart. Looking at this here, we could push back up to this level today if the US dollar holds strength. Okay, so just looking at it here, it's kind of halfway down the strength meter. That could all change, and I'll wait till New York opens to really determine what that's going to do. Silver. Now, just to show you, this is on a 4 hour chart, and again, I've got my fib retracement set up. It's hit 100% here. I've had this in place for a long time now, and I can see that it's been pushing up, and it's kind of completed this run here. So it looks to me like probably it's going to be pushing down for a while, at least to this point here. Now, the reason why I think, unless really something happens to really push the price up, which goes against price, it's then speculation pushing, driving silver up, because a price dictates that this should be going down right now. It's reached the peak, as you can see, at 18.35. And if I have a look at it on an hourly chart, in fact, it does look better on the 4 hour from the point of view of just understanding this head and shoulders, which is there. So in theory, this should come down to probably this level here, and then start to rise up again. But we know that the momentum is with the precious metal, so I will pull my money when it gets to that point and then assess it from there. You can see on my MT4, just to show you, you can see that this is where I'm looking at here, this daily low. I think it will come down and hit this support level, and I will pull my money at that point, and that will be good profit for that trade, very good profit for that trade. So I'm hoping it reaches there, but I will pull it somewhere around that point there and secure that money, and then I'll reassess it this afternoon. Often when we look at the afternoon's charts, when the 4 hour candle turns on Trading View, which is at 2 p.m. our time, 2 p.m. UK time, that's kind of when New York opens. An hour after that, when the Dixie 4 hour candle turns, is when I start looking at placing the precious metal trades again, because that's when all the market, the big markets, Europe and the US, are both open. So then you've got a true picture of what's happening, and that allows a bit of time for markets to settle. You know, whatever news is coming out, New York opening, you know, usually there's a bit of volatility there. So that's what I'd look at. Gold, we know, has peaked up. Now, do turn notifications on, and you'll get a notification when that video comes out this afternoon. And that's going to show you exactly how it's this level here. So I'm just going to show you, leave that on blue. So it's this area here that will be the focus of Michael's video. All right, how he looked at this reaction and then it dropped back down, and that's that's a method that he excels in. It's not the same method as I use, and it's why I keep saying, you've got to find your own method, whatever works for you, whatever speaks to you. The pound again is strong today, but so is the US dollar. So although I do think ultimately the pound will be going up to here, it's going to be a busy month in UK politics, because they've got to get out of Europe by the end of January. Make sure that we are actually exiting at the end of January, and that's happening. So there'll be some volatility, but ultimately I think the pound will be pushing up. We could look at it against the euro as well. I always keep an eye on the euro US dollar as well, because it's almost a mirror image of the Dixie. I'll show you exactly what I mean, and that's because a little more than 50%, a little more than half of the Dixie is accommodated by the euro. That's how important these two currencies are. They are almost equal to each other. So if we look at the Dixie on a 4-hour, I'll just show you. You'll see what I mean. Yeah, so they all are almost exact opposites, like a mirror image. Yeah, so if one's doing one thing, usually the other one's going to be doing the other. All right, so it's a good reference point for you if you're looking at trading the euro US dollar, or just an eye on how the markets are doing, how strong currencies are as a whole. And when we start to see currencies weakening as a whole, that's when we start to look at metals. We have to. So my focus is still going to be primarily on silver today, but do keep an eye on the USD Canadian if oil prices carry on going up, and I will also be keeping an eye on the Aussie US dollar. And you can see this US dollar, this is on a 1-hour chart, but we go to 4 hours. You can see, look how weak the Aussie dollar has become now against the US dollar, which hasn't been strong at all, and that just demonstrates just how weak the Aussie dollar has become. That's just economic factors around these fires, which we just hope will end soon. New Zealand US dollar looked like going up yesterday if I put this on a daily chart, but again this has started dropping back. It was showing all the signs of pushing up to here yesterday, but it just didn't do it. So and I'm looking at the chart here, both the Kiwi and Aussie dollars are right at the bottom of that strength pile there. So yeah, not looking good for those, but it could generate some opportunities as well. For me, the focus is still going to be on the metals. I will keep an eye on the GBP USD, and do keep an eye out for that video this afternoon. Turn notifications on. Do join our trading arena. Have a chat with me, and I can talk through where you are with your trading, and just tell you how we can help you along your way. This is absolutely non-advisory. All I do is show you what I do, and then I can help you find your own strategy, your own method, and that has to be the way you proceed. All right, you won't make a success out of this unless you find your own feet in it. Okay, but try not to listen to too much of the noise. There's loads of people out there telling you can make all sorts of money. It's ridiculous claims, and that's why I try not to focus on money. I focus on the charts. Believe me, if you get to know this, if you get to know the charts, then the money will take care of itself. This is what you need to know how to do. So I'll leave it there for today. If you've got any questions, you know where to find me, and I look forward to seeing you again tomorrow. Keep an eye out for that video this afternoon. Thanks a lot.